Okay, let's go again. So, right. Current history, trend, just beaten Lala. Oh, blimey, a 2238 with a 666 nickname. From the Omen, people know the 666. Bit evil, on the evil side. I wonder if his play is going to be on the evil side. So his flag, what is it? Peruvian. Okay. What about a Winawer for a change? I know I usually play knight f6, but okay, I'll accept the gambit. I'll accept the pressure. Okay. Now queen d5 here. Loses the knight. That wouldn't be that clever. So what about rook g6? Just follow this up with rook g6 for a moment before bishop g5 comes in. Let's try and strike at this center. Whoa! What is this? Okay, get the queens off. I want to play e5 and bishop e6. I think that gets some central squares. e5 liberates the bishop. If I play bishop e6 and castle queenside, I should have some pressure. This pawn structure is a bit like grandma's teeth here. Treble pawns, isolated pawn. Okay. If he wants to give up the light square bishop, be my guest. I can take this diagonal. Otherwise, if he doesn't matter, knight a5 to c4. Okay, also I'm looking forward to h5 maybe. So knight a5 here now. I'm not losing a pawn just yet. So I want to play maybe h5 next. Try and force some weaknesses over here. What? Oh, he's going for bishop a6. He's going to try and win one of these pawns. So if I try and play b6 to keep my pawns together, and then king c7, couldn't I scoop up the c6 pawn? I'm going to go for that. I'm going to try and scoop up c6 with king c7. Get the king involved in battle. King c7 coming up. Now say he castles. Okay, let's play this. Is he preventing knight c6? He's going to take over here to counter. That's interesting. There's double pawns. Play f6 after. So knight c6 he takes, f6 got bishop d5 coming up. There's also g2's on the fire, so there's no rook c4. I think this is okay. Do I want to play something else? Tactical forcing moves, rook g3, bishop c4, rook d4. I don't think these forcing moves do anything here or reveal any insight anyway. h5, there's knight e4. I might as well take the pawn, I think. So he takes. Okay, he's going in for this. He's going to weaken any option here apart from like play knight d5 and on g2. He can imprison the rook again with knight g3. I can play knight e3 unimprisoning the rook, getting access to c2. So maybe knight d5 is worth considering. Actually, there's rook c4 checks. I'm blocking in the bishop. King b7. Knight checks. I'm going to play f5 and f4 after that. Might be worth it. I think I'll do that. At the risk of knight d6, I've got f5 coming up. So the rook is not in an ideal spot because knight e3 is the immediate threat for bishop c4. So where is he going to move the rook? He's getting me a bit short behind on the clock. This guy, he's pretty quick. Okay. I'm looking forward to a few things. f5, f4, rook g2. Even if the knight imprisons the rook, there's knight e3. So this knight d5 might be good. Might be a good idea instead of knight e4. Knight e4, you know, rook e4. I'm having to protect e5. Am I not? Okay. So question time. Okay. Now, if this is a one-day game. I've got this new experiment coming up in my one-day game. It's to actually fall asleep when it's the opponent's turn. Someone recommended that because it can be long haul. Okay, I'm not falling asleep just yet though because it's a 5-minute game. Okay, so knight e3 and bishop c4. The idea of falling asleep is, I'll mention that later. Hang on, knight e3, am I not attacking the rook with two things? He's got knight e6 attacking this rook. Okay, he takes that rook, it's with check, and then the knight comes up to f7 after. Okay, knight e3, knight e6, knight c4, knight d8, how amusing. Actually, there's rook d1 winning that rook over there. Rook d1, king e2, rook takes, and then he's got two pieces hanging, rook c7, king b8, he's got a lot of pieces hanging. I don't believe this. Rook d1 I think is brilliant resource. Rook d1 here, also knight g2 is worth considering. So rook d1, I take the other rook, so I'm actually a rook up. Rook c7, king b8, he's got two pieces hanging. If he moves the knight, I take. If he takes the knight there, fe, I think this is good. Rook d1. Just left his rook hanging now. Why can't I just take that? He's just resigned. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Also, I want to talk. If I have success again in one-day games, I did used to have some success, but with this idea of sleeping during the opponent's turn, I'll let you know. That'd be interesting to test at the next FIDE event. I'm not sure which FIDE event I'm playing in next. London Classic definitely, because that's like a chess festival at the end of the year. But it's an interesting idea that was mentioned to me in long games to conserve energy, and I thought of it from the point of view of creating quality videos. Usually I don't want to like do a video if I'm knackered, and maybe the same thing with critical positions in chess. If you have a long haul game over 7 hours, you don't want bad analysis of a critical position, so maybe walking around when it's the opponent's turn, or even radically, having a nap might be a good idea. So it's something to test out. I don't know if any of you have done that, and let me know, in the comments. But as far as 5-minute chess, no, there's no need to sleep during the opponent's turn. But knight d5, that was a surprise. Rook c4 check, big surprise. Knight g5, he's just leaving everything hanging because of the rook d1. Otherwise, it was a clever idea to pick up, maybe, knight takes d8 check with check. So rook d1 supported by that temporary piece on e3, that knight. He's just hanging here, his pieces. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.